to virtual.
Start over.
Welcome, Aquarius, to Virtual Tarot.
I'm Ava.
And I am Trudy. And you are visiting us in May, the month of the Empress.
The month of the Empress, in the month of the flowers, nature, blooming, everything alive, vibrant, and the month of the Empress. The Empress also is Isis.
A start.
She is Astarte. She's all the mother-child goddesses.
Yes.
And it's the ancient celebration of
New life.
rebirth, and the
That's
female
right.
principle.
That's right. It's the mother and child mystery religion, which we
Yes.
looked all over YouTube trying to find a documentary or something from like BBC or something on
reputable
mother
source.
child, mystery religions, and we came up with
Nothing.
we did. We came up with something.
Oh well, it was the paltry information here and there, and it's interesting because they were generally delivered by more orthodox religious.
Well, they were saying
prophets,
like,
representatives.
the whore of Babylon. Was
Yes.
Tammuz and also Isis.
Isis, yes. They're all whores, apparently.
Yes.
And yet, for literally centuries, they were worshipped, adored, and respected. So that somehow they were just whores is really a remarkable thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we're back.
We're back. The whores are back.
We're not.
Yes.
Not the bitch.
And we're here.
It's the whore.
That's right.
We're back.
And we're here to tell you that
Yes.
the whores actually bring life
Yes, we do.
to all of Mother Nature. Mother Nature is life.
Yes.
And that's really what it's about.
Yes, and we're going to put a
And-
rating on this video.
X. Yes,
Cover
an
your
X.
children's
ears.
ears. Okay, so
Because I am upset.
Yes, she
that
is.
we cannot find anything on the subject.
It's okay.
How
But we
can it be?
did. We found something on the subject. We had to go to
Irate.
Harper's Bazaar magazine for March
Can you believe it?
2015, and what I found was, and I love her, the Empress Demi Moore. Okay, so maybe there's nobody doing this on YouTube, but let me tell you, Condé Nast knows all about the archetypes of the tarot. So there you have Demi Moore as the Empress wearing a lovely hat.
Yes, an in bloom headdress.
Inspiration for us. We also have, I love this one.
Yes.
It's Nicole Richie wearing a rose afro.
Woohoo!
It's the modern Empress,
The
right?
modern Empress.
And then on the back side, we have Gwyneth Paltrow.
Isn't that beautiful?
She's wearing
If
a
we could
really
all have
great turban made out of. Oh, I love these roses.
aren't they beautiful?
Isn't that beautiful?
And she even has some pink down in her hair.
Yes.
Isn't that beautiful?
So there you
Oh,
go.
and I love her dress. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, the modern day Empresses. Okay.
Yes.
So there are actually
So-
women out there who exemplify the Empress.
Exactly. So
Yes.
it isn't dead, though it's been denigrated. And that's how it will always be. They can't completely obliterate the spirit of what it is that is female.
Right. That's why they brought the Virgin Mother back.
Yes, and there's a whole faction of the Catholic
The worship of Mary.
Church that worships Mother Mary. Of course, they are not in the forefront of that which leads the philosophy of the church.
Right.
But there still remains that.
The cult of
and
Mary,
this
yeah.
I think is the remnants of the cult of the
Isis.
mother goddesses.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there you go. Okay, that's our rant on the Empress. So
Yes.
with that said, we're going to move into what we do here at Virtual Tarot.
Yes. What we do is
Feminine magic.
feminine magic, and we through the tool of the ancient tarot deck, we
call the spirits that are in all of us to help us interpret for our dear Aquarians for the month of May in a 4-card spread. The first card representing
the overall environment of the month for Aquarius. And we have one out in the audience.
We do have an Aquarian in the audience, Ellie. And we also have the second card, which is the card of challenge. And the third card
represents the unexpected, things that may trip you up. Forewarned is forearmed, Ellie.
That's right. And the final card is, of course, the outcome.
Or perhaps a very important event that moves you out of the month. So let's put a little magic into the cards.
Yes, well, do you want to do that before we do the recap?
Yeah. Oh, the magic in the card. No, let's do the recap
All
first.
right, let's move into the recap.
Save the
because
magic.
we always, this is a narrative. And so
Yes,
what we
let's
do
save the
is we
magic.
follow you month to month. And I believe the very first card that came up for you in the position of environment, very interesting,
Yes.
4 of Cups. It's you sitting under the Bodhi tree, okay? You
Or
got-
to death.
Well, yeah. Yeah, arms
It's
crossed
boredom.
over your chest.
It's boredom. It's having enough of what is been offered you, enough of your things. There's even something else that's given you, but you're not quite sure you want to do that. So there's a certain mood of being uninterested,
checked out,
checked
jaded.
out a little bit, jaded a bit, had enough of this, had enough of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you're looking for something else.
But you're in
On
the
an
Bodhi
emotional
tree,
level.
so you're meditating upon
You're
it.
meditating on it. You're
Mm-hmm.
thinking about what you really want.
And so we had said if your husband had brought flowers to you, perhaps you had said, nah, not good enough, throw them in the garbage, because what you did, that isn't like making it happen for me.
It doesn't make up for it.
Yes.
But also it could be on a very mundane level, something like for many of our Aquarian friends, an offer of either a heart offer, an offer of love, affection, or a job offer, any kind of offer that you're not quite certain about. You don't know if you really want that. And so you're contemplating underneath the Bodhi tree whether that is something you want to add to your collection of cups, those cups representing your emotional bounty.
Or forgiveness. That was the last thing.
Or forgiveness.
Let's move
Yes.
on.
All right.
Next card in the position of challenge. Was that the King of Cups reversed?
No, it was Temperance reversed.
Oh, that was the month before we got the King of Cups reversed. Okay,
Yes.
so Temperance reversed. And I remember this card because we were talking about the Temperance Society.
Oh, the Temperance Society. The
Whoa, in the 20s.
in the 20s there was a movement of women. In fact, that's how the suffragettes, the entire women's movement started.
That's
is a movement against men drinking. And the reason for that is because alcohol was so pervasive in society. It was at work, it was everywhere.
And so poisonous. It was like 2,000
But
proof.
yeah, very bad alcohol that would actually,
I think it was turpentine, actually.
It could have
wasn't
been.
even
but when they imbibed this alcohol, it would madden them.
Yeah, they go
and they would
crazy.
abuse their families, their wives, their children. So the women unionized.
They formed an
They formed
organization.
an organization to stop this. And so the prohibition came after that because of that.
Right.
So
Thanks a lot, ladies.
temperance reversed.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, your challenge. Well, what is that? That to
Get back on the wagon. That was one interpretation.
yes, to get back on the wagon, to
Right.
again become temperate,
Yeah.
to find that inner balance, to bring harmony to your environment, to your job, to your to the situations that you encounter. Now, it might be a little difficult for you because it's reversed, so it's really quite severe.
Right. Well,
So this is like a deep-rooted something.
Well, it's a deep-rooted not using your innate talent as well
Right, because it's...
to create something that
yes,
it's like the
exactly.
reverse of, it's like turning, instead of turning base metal into gold, you're turning gold into base metal. Right?
That's right. So
Don't squander your gold, guys.
squander
yeah.
your talent.
Yeah.
Don't squander your well, it's basically the temperance card is the art. We call it the art card. So
Yes.
it's your art. It's what inspires you. It's devoting yourself to your art. That would be your challenge. In reverse, something has gone awry
Yeah.
with that.
Well, it's also the card of alchemistry, so we have two meanings to this card.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's just deal with one for
Yeah.
a moment.
Yeah.
Which is the art. So if it's reversed, then you may have some block, some artistic block.
Oh, that's true.
You see.
I don't think we came up with that last month.
Well,
That's new.
so
There you
this
go.
artistic
That's why
block
I
is
wanted.
what you might have as your challenge to undo that. And everything is about energy. Anytime there's a block, energy is blocked. And so maybe there's something emotionally that's blocking you from devoting yourself to, or believing in yourself, or allowing the connection to your creative source to flow fluidly. That is often what happens, because anytime that there's anything going wrong in your life, it's that the energy isn't flowing properly.
Okay.
So you need to unblock that energy.
All right. Let's move on.
Let's move
This
on.
is the recap.
It's only a recap, damn it. Here we are, like hours.
It's
we
like it's
spend
a
on-
reading, guys.
This is so interesting. You are so interesting.
All right, let's move on to the
Aquarius.
next card.
Oh, they have the Six of Wands,
Okay.
upright, going public.
That's right. We had talked about that too.
Yeah,
The
or
going,
being public about
the
something.
going public card, because we had said, cut. Okay, yeah. We talked about the going public card the month before and said it wasn't time to go public.
Right, right.
Yeah. So this month we had said, okay, this is like a press release.
Right. So it's
So it's like self-promotion.
or promoting of something.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're out there unexpectedly promoting something,
But
bringing something out into the public, doing something to make your project, sharing it.
then again, the last card was,
The Seven of Cups upright, which is a good card.
well, and yeah, we had agreed on that. I think the Seven of Cups upright had to do with visioning, and so,
Vision, right.
which is a really nice thing after we've got this four,
Right. So
where you're checked out, you're pulled back,
right.
and then this Temperance card where you're actually blocked, perhaps. If this
Yeah.
is about your art and your
Right.
craft, there could be a block going on.
Right.
So that means there's some visioning and some creative inspiration at the end of the month. But
Yes.
it is premature to go forward, perhaps,
I don't know about
unexpectedly with a press
Oh, I see,
release
yes.
or self-promotion. Maybe. That's all we had said
Okay.
last
All
month.
right. I'll
Yeah.
I'll take it at that. We'll progress it from here. And now it's time.
You're very excited about
I want
Aquarius.
to.
I'm just gonna sit back and watch it happen, girlfriend.
I am
You go.
sending energy right
I think
now.
having Ellie here is just like,
Ooh.
wow. Okay, so we all have to put our hands on this.
Can you see?
She's
the
all
light?
excited about you, Ellie. Okay, here we
Okay.
go.
Go.
Okay.
Plus, we cut for spontaneity's sake.
Yes.
We are true to the moment,
Yes.
knowing that everything resides right here in the present. Da-da-da.
So we have the studio audience here. And we have, okay, so the first card to come up for you,
Interesting.
Aquarius, is Justice Reversed. And it is a major arcana card. And this card is all about fairness, balance. Boy, I'm just taking this right out of your playlist. Perusing the facts. Yes, but this is in the inverse. So after last month, there is something going on, and this is maybe not you, it could be just in your environment, where there's a lawsuit or there's a contract or there's something happening around you that you need to maybe pay special attention to, because in the inverse, this card is telling us that there may be some issues with anything that has to do with the law. I'm gonna let you take it.
All right, well,
After that,
just in a very broad sense, it has to do with fairness. Is something fair? And you're feeling as if something is not fair. And also, there's a lack of willingness to look at the evidence. What is evident? For many reasons, it could be simply not wanting to face all the issues involved, so retreating from that. If you are involved in something on a legal level, like it could be anything, dealing with the government on any level, usually, or being in a court situation for any reason. It could be anything from a jaywalking ticket to capital murder. I mean, it could be anything between those.
right.
So you have to be very attentive and honest about all the details, all the points of evidence, and to look at them very closely. Because if you are having to deal with something on a legal level, anything at all, then there may be a little bit of a delay there, or it may be harder to push things forward and to get them
It
moving.
can mean that too.
That's all, just a delay.
Yeah.
Just hard to get it in motion, which is often what happens when you deal with the government.
It is, and sometimes the delay is good, but sometimes it's not
Sometimes
good.
it's good and
Sometimes
sometimes
you
it's
want to
not.
push things through as quickly
Yes.
as you possibly can.
Yes.
And
So just having to deal with those legal or
decisions
about
Yeah.
what's fair
Do
and
I
what's
delay?
not
Do
fair.
I not delay?
Yeah.
And also, I need to look under the hood.
Right.
Check the fine print.
Check the fine print.
Because often the
You're
person
signing
who
something.
serves the paperwork knows more about the law than the person who is served. I mean, 99% of the time. So,
Oh, most of the time.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
so
yes.
no,
So
you're right. There you go.
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah. Next
And
card.
Next card. Interesting. We have another reversal. And it's very similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Isn't
we have
that
the Six
interesting?
of Swords
And you are a sword.
reversed. And you're a Swords card.
This is the Stump the Psychic card.
Not, well,
Well,
it's
that's
your
what we always
challenge.
say
It's
when
easy.
it's
The
reversed.
challenge is to make it upright.
Yeah.
So, month of May, your challenge is to move out of any negative mindset, because it's a mind card. So if you've been, whether you want to or whether you've been forced to, stay in a negative mindset, your challenge is to move in the direction of peace, mental stability, intellectual clarity, and to find assistance. You need help. So your challenge is to get somebody to help you, to deliver you out from a very either negative circumstances or just a negative mind frame. Maybe you are embedded with people around you who are negative. And it's your challenge to move yourself out from this, either physically move yourself out from there or mentally move yourself out. That's my interpretation. Trudy.
Well, what comes to mind for me is that your boat has a hole in it.
That's a very good metaphor.
So what you need to do perhaps is do some repair work first. And there is also this card that we have in the first position, which is Justice Reversed, which tells us that there may be some issues with actually to write this card and to make things go in your favor. There may be some actual physical repair work that has to happen in order for you to make this move. And this move could actually be a physical move. Mm-hmm. You may need to move from one residence to the other, but you cannot do so until it could be a legal issue, or it could just be an issue of someone taking advantage of the situation. But there is...
Well, yes.
There is something blocking you in, or
Right.
there is an issue with actually moving forward. Now, is that...
It's a travel card.
It is. But it could also mean, I mean, often we move from point A to point B between our ears.
Right.
So it can also mean that there's a hole. And you may need to, like...
Negative thinking.
Yeah, you may need to talk to some friends.
Right.
You may need
to talk
some
it out.
Therapy.
Well, you need to talk it out, whether it is to a professional or to a friend.
Point A to...
Someone who's willing to listen. You need to talk this out. Because if it is about travel and it's reversed, it means that there's some difficulty in the travel plans.
Yeah, well, if you're speaking of a trip, yeah.
Of a trip.
Yes.
That might very well come up for you in May. A lot of people travel in May.
Right.
So,
but to me, this card is less a card of travel as it is to moving away from adversity.
Right.
And if you were taking a trip to move away from adversity, just, as a break, I mean, if you think that is going to solve the issues that are going on, it's not going to take care of the issues. It may distract you for a little while, but you got to deal with the hole in the boat.
But then it could just be that the trip itself, whatever trip this is, whether it's a mental trip or a physical trip, might not go as smoothly as you had anticipated.
Or it may not be the get you to the sanctuary in your mind.
Yeah, the nirvana at the end may not be the
island,
nirvana.
How we always think when we're going on a trip that's going to make us happy.
Yeah, it may not.
No.
Or it may just present...
Sorry, I'm the little...
It just may
little
present
ray of sunshine. There you go.
A negative discourse. Yeah. Because it's a communication card.
Okay, let's move on. Because we can...
Oh, look at this. Pardon me. Another 6.
Yeah.
And extremely positive.
That's in the same position as it was last month. So there's Spirit is saying that unexpectedly either somebody's talking you up or you're talking yourself up. I mean, this is like publicity. It's self-publicity.
Yes, and that works out beautifully for you.
Yeah, and it is... I mean, this could also be about how others see you. It's opposite of how you see yourself. So it seems as if people see that you are like...
Oh, yes, you present
victorious in everything you do, right?
Oh, yes,
and you've got all these people who are following you.
Yes. Yes, you're the leader. Unexpectedly, you lead. I think you lead yourself away from all this. I think you lead, and you lead the situation to victory. You take charge, and you become the hero.
Well, let's draw another card, because that card came up in the same spot, so I'm dying to know what this is.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, this is a really good card. Okay, so Aquarius, at the end of the month, what we have for you is one of my very favorite cards in the deck. It's the 3 of Pentacles, and I love this card because this card is about collaboration, and it's about getting somebody behind your cause, or investors even, okay? So you got people who are coming together and believing in what you're doing. And as you look at this card, you see that these, it's like a mason, right?
It's a mason.
So you've got
a Freemason.
Yeah. So you're building something that's of great value, and you have people believing in what you're building. And it is a pentacle card. So if you're learning how to read cards with us, this is about practical things. Could be money. Last month we spoke a lot to health, which I thought that was really good, and the body. So this could just be you getting yourself physically fit, investing in your own, sort of sanctuary, because our bodies are our temples. If you would like to get a personal and private reading, please go to virtualtarot.wordpress.com.
Yes.
Do you want me to finish?
No.
And click on the Purchase a Reading tab once you sort through the readings. I think we have about 8. Choose the reading that resonates with you, and then please send us an email at avatrudy@yahoo.com, and just like that, swift as lightning.
Swift as lightning.
We will get right back to you, and you are in the queue and about to receive something that will edify you.
And if you don't like cues, then get the emergency reading and get to the front of the line immediately if your problem is dire.
That's right. Ava and Trudy, better than shopping at the mall. Retail therapy, come here.
Right.
It's a lot cheaper. And then we wanted to let you guys know that we are going to run a contest.
Yay!
We've done them in the past. See how she's so excited. But what we would like, we know many of you have received readings from us, and we've received awesome feedback
Yes.
via email.
Yeah.
Now we're asking you guys to turn on your cell phones, your smartphones, and record a live video testimonial. Make it short, because if you do, you can just email it to us at avatrudy@yahoo.com. What we're going to do is we're going to put all the names of all the folks who created testimonials in a little hat, draw a name, and then that person will win a free deep meaning or love reading.
Yeah.
So,
Which is probably the most popular reading that we give
yes,
about relationship.
yes. And you never know how many people will actually do this. There may only be 1 or 2.
Yes, so you may have very little competition.
Yes, it's not like the lottery.
No.
You're probably gonna win. Yes. So that's it. Any
All
more
right, that's it.
announcements?
Oh no.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, so thanks a lot. Be the Empress for May.
Yes.
Go out
Go
there
out and reproduce.
yes. Yeah, and not on the copy machine.
No,
either.
not.
All right, so see you guys. Bye-bye.
Getting closer. You get a wake up call. You get closure.
Yes, we have 2 very different ones.
All right.
Okay.
We could be